Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today we're cooking 1 pound ribeye steaks in a cast iron skillet with butter, olive oil, fresh thyme, and rosemary. Now that adds an amazing flavor. And don't get me wrong, I love steaks on a grill, but I was introduced to this technique by my maybe someday son-in-law, and this is a great way to cook steaks. So check it out. Okay, so like I said, we got 1 pound ribeye steaks. First thing I'm going to do is drizzle some olive oil over the top of them. I like to get them covered with olive oil. Then I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of Lowry seasoned salt and a little bit of garlic powder. So when you get that done, these are pretty close to room temperature already. I've been letting them sit for a little bit. Best to cook steaks at room temperature. And then we're going to get the butter melting in the pan, and we'll get them in there and show you how we take care of this. So like I said, we're going to get some olive oil drizzled over the top of these. I like getting the olive oil, get it nice and covered real good. Just smear that around a little bit. You can see that those are covered real nice. So here we go. We're going to get some garlic powder on there. I like covering the fat side too, because that adds some tasty flavor when that fat breaks down. Alright, so we got the olive oil, we got the garlic powder. I'm going to put a little seasoned salt on here. Flip that over, get both sides real good. The reason I'm only doing one here is I had one, I started it last night. Alright, now that we got these coated real good, we're going to go ahead and let them set for a few minutes and get our butter melting in the pan, get a little olive oil in there, and then we'll get them in the pan. We'll throw this fresh thyme and rosemary in there. Adds some great aroma to your kitchen. It smells amazing. The kitchen's going to smell amazing when you're cooking this, and the steaks are going to have some fantastic flavor because of it. Fresh thyme and rosemary I keep in the pot outside. Just go and clip off a little when you're ready to cook and throw it in the pan. It's fantastic. Alright, let's get that butter melted and get these in the pan. Alright, so we got our butter melting. And put a little olive oil in here. Got some on the steaks, but I want some in the pan too. We're going to get our thyme and rosemary cooking here. Give this a little chance to cook down a little bit, cook into the butter and the olive oil. Actually, I can smell it already. This stuff has amazing, amazing flavor. So, actually you may notice there's foil around here. It's because this butter splatters a lot and it's a much easier cleanup for the stove. So I'm going to cook one of these medium, one of these a little more medium well. So I'm going to put the one I'm cooking medium well on first to get that cooking down. And let's get some butter over the top of it. Oh yeah, I just want to keep that. Actually, we'll keep this in the middle of the pan since the other one's not in here yet. So this thyme and rosemary, all those flavors will cook into this butter, which we're basting over the steaks. The smell is amazing, huh? Oh, that's a tasty, tasty smell already. So we're going to let that cook down for a couple minutes, and then we're going to get the other steak on there. So we're going to baste these about every couple minutes here. As you can see, we're also going to be cooking some eggs because steak and eggs go good together. Okay, so this steak's been cooking probably 3-4 minutes. Starting to brown a little bit. we're going to go ahead and throw the other steak on. I'm going to get all that olive oil and seasoning from the plate. Why waste that? And then we're going to give this one a good baste. And we're going to let them cook a little bit. And we're going to keep basting them about every 2-3 minutes. Keep them nice and moist. Keep that butter on there. And there we go. Just be back in a couple minutes. Okay, so we're still basting. It's about time to turn them. The first steak's been on about 5 minutes. The other one's been on about 3. So we're going to get them turned here. Scrape this stuff off and keep it cooking in that butter. So the first steak, if you remember, we're cooking this medium to medium well. And this is a matter of preference. Some people only like to flip them once. Some people flip them multiple times. I say it depends. Sometimes I'll flip them more than once. Sometimes I'll just flip them once. Depends how they seem to be cooking down. And like I mentioned, we're going to cook some eggs also. So let me get that pan started. We're just going to put a little bit of this butter, thyme, and rosemary from the steaks into the eggs. Get these eggs cooking. We're going to keep basting the steaks. I moved them, just so you know. This one's the one that's going to be medium well. Changing that so it sears a little different. Oh, look at the sear on that. These smell amazing. They're looking good. Get all that good flavor over here in these eggs. We're scrambling eggs today. Keep these eggs from sticking to the pan. Keep stirring them. I like my eggs moist, not super dry, so we're not going to overcook these here. Keep them moving. Eggs are about done. Steak's got a couple more minutes yet. Just about done. It's about perfect for me. So I'm going to pour them off onto a pan. Turn this heat off. And we're just going to cover it just like this. They stay real nice and warm. All back to the steaks here. Okay, those are pretty close. See, like I said, I like to flip them a couple times. Just kind of, just judge by the way it looks. I like to get a nice little pan sear on that, like that. See how that's nice and dark? See how this fat's crisping up right here? Actually, I'm going to turn this, see if I can get this, kind of put that up against the edge of the pan. Maybe that'll get sear up a little bit better. Nothing like some good crispy fat, which adds amazing flavor to these steaks. That's why, in my opinion, the ribeye is actually the best steak, because it's marbled real nice. That fat just kind of, you can see all these spots where the fat was. There was a little fat ring. Just kind of caramelizes in there or melts away. Adds some unbelievable flavor. Okay, so I'm about to take these off. Probably it's been 10 minutes total. A little, maybe a couple minutes longer. It depends on, I got these on medium heat. Depends on how high you heat, actually, how long this is going to take. But we can judge. That's pretty medium right there. You can tell by the tenderness, and see this medium well one. That's firming up a little bit, and you notice how all the fat's breaking down here, and the steak's separating a little bit. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and get this off of here. Put it on the plate. And we're going to spoon a little bit of this butter right over the steak. Once I get them both out of the pan, I'll just divide up the butter between the two of them. But now what I'm going to do, same thing I did with the eggs, is you want to let a steak rest a little bit. So we're going to cover it with a plate. That keeps the heat in while it's resting. So I'm going to go ahead and get this one off. Whoa, look how that's falling apart. I'm going to get some butter over the top of this. And actually, now that I'm about done, I'm just going to divide this butter up between the two steaks. So, again, we're going to let that rest about 5 minutes, and we'll get to them. Okay, the steak's been resting about 5 minutes, and same with the eggs. Like I said, we're covering them both to keep the heat in. See all the condensation there? These eggs are still nice and moist. I'm actually going to put these right off on the side here. Well, buttery, steaky eggs. So put those back here. Let's taste these eggs first. They stay warm real nice. Let's cut into the steak. See how we did. See if we got this nice and medium. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that. That's perfect, nice and medium there. And last but not least, we have to do the taste test. And this butter, like I said, with the rosemary and thyme in here, you don't really even need to salt this. That's amazing steak and eggs right there. You can't beat a breakfast like this. So I'm going to get going on this. I'm going to get going on this video. Remember, please like my video, click that little thumbs up, subscribe, hit the little bell, you'll get notifications. Ooh, spitting all over here. And go ahead and leave me a comment. So till next time, thanks for watching.